Before we get into this quarterback countdown, I want to talk about the new kickoff rules, boys, because it could have some fantasy implications here. Let's talk about it real quick. Everyone on the kickoff team, besides the kicker, lines up on the receiving team's 40-yard line. So the opposite 40, okay? The receiving team needs 9 players lined up in the setup zone, a 5-yard area between the 30 and the 35. 7 of those 9 players need to have a foot on the 35. So the kickoff team's on the 40 and the return team's on the 35. We're 5 yards apart from each other, okay? A maximum of 2 returners may line up in the landing zone. No one besides the kicker and the 2 returners can move until the ball is either caught or hits the ground. So this is really going to stop those head-on car crashes that we see, guys getting paralyzed, guys missing seasons over these head-on full-speed collisions. This is going to stop all that. And also, it's going to add some more excitement. There's going to be more returns.
Yeah.
Last season, the NFL saw 73% of their kickoffs as touchbacks. 73% of kickoffs were touchbacks last year. That was the most since 1970. So let's discuss this. Special teams coordinators are in the works right now. We're thinking we're going to have more fantasy relevant players returning kicks. So let me give you this example. Say Miami puts Tyreek Hill back there. Let's say Miami puts Tyreek Hill back there and he returns one. Do the fantasy points go to the Tyreek Hill owner, or does it go to the Miami defense special teams? Max?
You're asking me, like, just I mean,
that's what fantasy owners have to decide right now.
We have an option, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness gracious.
Never had an option before.
So let's say Tyreek Hill is back there. He returns one. Do those points go to the fantasy team that owns the Miami defense special teams, or do those points go to the Tyreek Hill owner?
Wow.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I still kind of feel we should keep it with the defense. Reason being is, kick returners. A lot of those are a specialty. Like they that's what they do. Devin Hester back in his day, he was just a kick returner, and then he turned into a wide receiver. One of the best kick returners of all time. No one will ever forget about that Indianapolis Colts return right off the bat. Super Bowl, baby. I would stay still the defense because Tyreek Hill, he's just a freak. He can do anything on the field, basically. But how many wide receivers or running backs are returning? I would like to know. That's a good question. Leave it in the comments, people, if you know more than we do. But
I believe with these rule changes, we're going to see more guys back there, more guys that are on our fantasy teams back there. It's going to eliminate these third-string guys that are only special teams guys. I think with this, it's going to be a whole new play. 73% of kickoffs were touchbacks. We're going to be putting fantasy relevant guys back there. Zach, what do you think we should do in fantasy?
Well, I like what Max said. A lot of those kick returners, a lot of them aren't going to be on people's rosters.
Right.
So to get the points, so we're not losing them. I like the idea of keeping with the defense and special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm leaning that way also. But I could see like a Jahmyr Gibbs get put back there for the Detroit Lions, and he gets scooting to the house, and somebody like Devontae Smith for the Eagles, maybe a little too small, but he gets in open space, and a Devontae Smith owner could have a problem with that, saying, "Oh, I deserve those points because I lost out on the offensive drive on that turnaround." But I'm leaning that way with you guys also, but definitely it's going to be a discussion, and next year it might be a situation where we have to put it in because everybody's returning kicks that are on our roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.